Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. I have a super fun deck for you all today. This was based on a comment and a tip from a subscriber on the YouTube channel, and I decided to run with it. I know I just barely made a concurrent timelines video a couple days ago, but this I just felt I created the deck and then was having a fun time playing it, so I've decided to showcase it today. So this is a concurrent timelines Khahiri deck, and I'll be the first to say it that this is probably the most competitive Khahiri deck that there is. And the reason for that is because of concurrent timelines. So Khahiri himself is a 6-cost 4/4 unit. When I'm summoned, create a copy of me in your deck. When you see me in a prediction, grant all allied copies of me everywhere, +2/+2. So right off the bat, he's fairly understated, but his ability is pretty cool. Now, the problem with Khahiri as well is that we're going to have to run him in a predict package in order to get this ability to go off. And the reason why he works so well in the concurrent timelines deck is because when I'm summoned, create a copy of me in your deck. So he goes back into the deck, and he retains the buffs that he had. We put down Khahiri after concurrent timelines has been played, and then he gets turned into a random 6-cost unit from all of the regions, and there are some really spicy 6-cost units that we can pull. Genevieve Elmhart, Cytherea, the Armored Tusk Rider, I think, or whatever, the elephant thing. We actually get that in the game today, and there are a lot of oppressive cards that you can actually pick up. They also retain the buffs from the predictions, so all the units that they turn into will be buffed if Khahiri's been buffed. And yeah, it just gets cycled back into your deck, so you're going to be able to play more of these 6-cost units, potential game-winning units as well, which is super cool. So we are pairing this. It's a pairing that has to be made because concurrent timelines. I about to say concurrent enrollment. We're going to school. I guess should put in Piltover University into this deck, but concurrent timelines is in Piltover Zaun, and so what we're doing here as well is combining this with the discard package. It's good to combine with the discard package because concurrent timelines, we're running a full set of it, is completely useless after you use it the first time. It's dead weight in your hand, so we want to have a lot of card draw options, and then we also use it as discard fodder afterwards. So we are running in this deck. We also have the Zaunite Urchin, and we've got Clump of Wumps and Rummage. So we have card draw with all of these cards, we have discard with all of these cards, and decent cards as well early on in the game, so for early game aggression. And then after we play concurrent I about said enrollment again, concurrent timelines, they turn into something else that we can use later on in the game. All right, another card. So like I said, we're running the full predict package. So we've got Ancient Preparations, we have Aspiring Chronomancer, and we're also running the Scythe Scout as well as Xenotype Researchers. Scythe Scout is probably the worst of all of the prediction cards in the game, but we get away with using this one because after using concurrent timelines, she just turns into something else anyway. So we get a prediction. We can choose a better 3-cost cards a lot of times than what she actually is. So we don't really need to worry about the elusive ability that she gains from seeing a landmark. So we get use out of the Scythe Scout and the predict. It just like kind of all melds together. And I think once they release Echo, I really do feel like there's going to be a lot of more synergy, maybe part of this package that we don't see yet, that's going to make this archetype a little bit better. But I can see the potential in Piltover Zaun with this Shurima and prediction package that we have. All right, and then we're running Clump of Wumps and Chump Wump for more discard fodder. Also, because we're running Vi as our champion, we can use these mushrooms, puff caps, to level up Vi fairly quickly as well. So I really like including Vi as a solo champion in this deck, and seems to be the one that fits the best. I suppose Victor may be another one, but Vi needs some love. She also fits into a mana slot that is not occupied by another unit, so I also like her for that reason. All right. And that's about it. So what we want to do is cycle through the deck fast, find concurrent timelines, use predicts, buff up Khahiri the Returned, use Khahiri a whole bunch, and then win the game. And I had a blast playing this deck. Hopefully you guys really enjoy this. Yeah, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, if you guys are interested in what I'm doing here, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Again, I'm going to include in my description the Patreon page. Go ahead and check that out if you want to donate more to the channel and helping me create awesome content. So have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. All right, we're going against a Trundle and a Lissandra deck. Trundle, Lissandra, Freljord, Piltover, Zaun. Okay. You know, the opening hand actually looks okay. I'm gonna keep it. I got turn 1 action here, so I can play these 2 cards on an Urchin and the Jury Rig. Get some damage on him.
Anything else?
Draw a Rummage too.
So poor?
Wonder how much of a control deck this is going to be. I could imagine Khahiri being in this deck, so they could have a lot of spells and stuff to interact with my units, which would be a little annoying, for sure. I think we go for Ancient Preparations here. Don't we? It's either Ancient Preparations or Clump of Lumps.
Some rock got me good.
Alright. Yeah, I think it's Ancient Preparations. And do I like any of these? Some Treasure's okay. Rummage isn't super good. I actually think we skip this. I don't like any of those.
Anything else?
Really? Played 3 mana to trade into my 1 mana? And I still have a better board presence than he does. His hand's a little bit better, I guess. Got rid of Mystic Shot too, though. That was weird. Alright, we'll go with Clump of Lumps here. Hey, it's a Concurrent Timelines deck, just like us, except he drew his.
Anything else?
And we have more card draw than he does. He's down to 12 health, though. I don't know that that necessarily means anything, and he's running the Trundle package as well with his Ice Pillar. Ah, there's ours.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna play ours now. And I think we will use Aspiring Chronomancer. We'll block here. If he takes this unit out, then he prevents himself some life still.
Okay.
We'll go with the Sparkle Fly. I like Flame Chompers, I think. Don't I like Flame Chompers? It's either Flame Chompers or Vi. I've got Discard in my hand, which makes me want to go for the Flame Chompers for card draw. So I think I'm actually going to go for this. And I think we just go for the... Actually, can we... Yeah, I think we just go for the opening back here. I think we can go for Xenotype. Puffcat Peddler isn't bad.
That's new. Just provoking it.
Ooh, that's nice. Let's go for him. Oh, I should have picked the other one. That was dumb. I didn't realize the other one was buffed. Until it was too late. Always take your time to assess the options, I guess. Maybe he'll pop back up. But yeah, we should have picked up the other one.
Come on in.
Yes.
I thought I was ready. I didn't know what was waiting.
Pick up this big. See, now look what would have happened. We would have had a 13 and 12 unit that can't be hurt by units with 4 or less power. So that's too bad. We did it to ourselves, though. We want him to attack here, but I don't think he's going to. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I guess at the very least, like, he's not buffed for one, right? And so our unit is still going to be bigger, and he can't play it this round, so we're forced to open attack. But, like, at the very least, our unit is still bigger. Still annoying, though. Got the attack token, my friend. He can't attack. He can't attack. Absolutely no way. Alrighty, and I think we, like I said, are forced to open attack. So let's go like this. Going to position this guy at the very end.
Foolish child.
Big boy. And he's down to 4. He's at 26 cards, and we can actually force him to put some... We can put some puff caps. He drew all 3. He drew all 3 of those cards. He drew all 3 of them. And we had to hit through 4 damage of lifesteal too. So we've already dealt more than 20 damage to the Nexus this game. I think we're at 23 right now. He must have a lot of choices. Come on, friend, you can do it.
Warm hearts and hot
Alright,
soup.
we got it. Well, this shouldn't recall all of my units, right? I guess let's try it out. If it does, that sucks. Do we go for Vi at this point, or do we go for... Actually, let's go for this.
Hello, world. I'm Cypher.
That'd be funny if it recalled. Nobody else follows, like, the summoned recall sort of rules here, so... That's fine. I'm actually okay with him clearing out my units, to be honest. Because I have a couple coming this round. And it turns into something else, so it could be even weaker than it was now. 6-5 is a pretty strong unit. Yeah. It doesn't deal damage, you still can't attack with it.
I've always been a fun guy.
We're gonna go Legion Drummer here. We're gonna go Legion Drummer because it... Wait, you can't attack with that though.
If I must.
What are you gonna do? Like... Alright. So he's got 3 sisters in his hand. So now he's healed even more. That's annoying. We can pass. More card draw, which we will take. Go for picks. So we want a quick attack. What can we quick attack here? He's had so much life still. Alright, he surrendered finally, but he had a lot of life still that we had that we were going to have to pull through there. It's funny that we had like the support units at the end. We kind of like turned into a support archetype there. We forced him to use a lot of spells. I think ours were just generally, our deck is just generally a little bit better. One mistake that game, one big mistake anyway, is that we didn't pull that bigger Khahiri, because that actually could have won us the game there at the end. Okay, a Mono-Shurima deck. Mono-Shurima with all of the Ascended Champions in it. Let's see what we can do against this. Let's actually keep the Vi. I'm going to get rid of these two. We're going to keep the concurrent timelines and pull another one. Actually, you know what? At the very least, it's not awful. Oh, okay. That is though. This is kind of the problem that you run into when playing a concurrent timelines deck. Kind of sucks. So we're going to block the non-ephemeral. They're dealing the same amount of damage. And we don't feel bad for discarding a concurrent timelines because we have another concurrent timelines. And I think we just go for the aspiring chronomancer here. Do we pick him up? You know, I think we pick this up right now. I think we do. He's already buffed, right? And we've got this concurrent timelines in our hand.
It can be undone.
He actually kind of made a gamble there, but not going for the Buried Sun Disk first. I think he actually paid for that a little bit. Alright, it doesn't look like he's going to have an attack here, so we're just going to use this while he can't use Rite of Negation or anything. I guess, actually, if he wanted to use Rite of Negation, we would happily welcome that. Because, we have another one, so we could just use it. But, yeah, 2 mana.
See what we see.
Ooh, nice. He started out pretty aggressive here. I'm glad we have these earlier units that we could use. Let's see what he does.
Always forward.
Goes for the attack.
Don't touch
We will
it.
go like this. See if he's got Shaped Stone. It's really the only thing that he could use there. Kind of looked like he was considering using it. Okay, nice. The turn 4, right? We're on turn 4. Go with the Xenotype Researchers. It's actually not bad.
Focus using multiple lenses.
We're just gonna go for the lifesteal
I
here.
just improvised on the instructions you drafted.
And we don't have to attack with anything here.
We live in hallowed times.
See what I've learned?
We're going to. We full out. We go
We've got
to
things
full
to
health
do.
here. We trade a 3-cost unit into a 4, and we get all of our health back. So I think it's worth it. We can put Vi out here as well. So if he's got a buffed unit of some sort, right? Could be Azir. Could be Renekton.
That's new.
Got his
Looking
own.
it.
Yeah, we're just gonna play Vi.
One girl wrecking crew.
Let's go with Khahiri now. Cytheria is actually really good. I think we go Cytheria. This is a buff Cytheria too.
My dear friend, you weren't gone long, but I worried every second.
We don't quite quite a burst speed level up for this Vi here, unfortunately. He puts down the champion that he drew. I think he drew a Nasus. Because he would have played his other champions this last round over Xenotype Researchers, I think. So he's wondering if he puts down the Nasus to block here. And we will trade our unit into that if he wants.
Interesting reaction. I'll make a note. Follow my lead.
We'll put this down. It comes fearsome 2/2. I do think we were forced to attack here, though. I wish I had just one more spell in hand. Like a Rummage would be great. He's got to block, right? He has to block. Alright, I think we're fine with trading into that if he wants to.
Get back here.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get some card draw here. I need card draw. These Flame Chompers with Cytheria aren't bad, though. Jump Wump's not going to do it for us. If he ends the round, we end the round. If he ends, we win the game, right? If he doesn't put anything down, then we can do a burst speed attack with the Jury Rig next round and win. Come on, what's he got? I think he's got the Nasus. Yeah, he's got the Nasus. Has to be what it is. We'll put down Jump Wump. Honestly, none of these are better. It's bleeding. Our cards, I think, are too expensive to use that, so I think we just gotta go with the Vanguard Squire here. None of those cards were good. They were all worse. But right now, we actually have the ability to win again, and he's not going to play anything. So we are going to put down the Flame Chompers. We're going to show him we've got lethal. Right? He's got 4 mana. So he's going to have to use his he's gonna, I think, have to sacrifice his Nasus here with a vulnerable card. He's running Renekton, so I think he's got it. But this should make him a little bit nervous. Five damage isn't enough for us to win, I don't think. So let's see what he does. One, two, three, four, five, six. Alright, he's not going to do anything. We're going to put this out too. For extra damage in case he's got any way to stop us here. But we're going to pull him in. We've got quite a window of damage here to win the game, and we've got puff caps too, and yeah, he just lets it go. I think do a slate proc. Alright, got the win. That was another Khahiri win. That's pretty cool. Cytheria, a buff Cytheria like that was pretty cool. An 8/8, he just couldn't do anything with it. And then he was forced to take out the Vi, sacrifice his units. Not much he could do after that. Alright, so we are going against Mad Deskred. Probably an aggro deck with Azir and Kalista. We want to probably get rid of all of these discards. Or do we? Yeah, probably. Just to find some different units here to be able to use. And we don't really like seeing Khahiri the Returned this early on. That's kind of the dangerous thing about mulliganing. The good thing is if we end up finding concurrent timelines, we can change him into something else and still rotate him back into the deck. So that's kind of cool. We could also just rummage him, but it seems like a waste since this is what we are trying to do with this game. He's really taken a while to decide. Alright, so we do not have a play here. We're just going to let it pass. And a double rummage. We're going to play the Aspiring Chronomancer. Let's go with the Flame Chompers. I'm going to go Flame Chompers just because I've got decent, I have decent rummage potential. Glad I attack. Alright, we got 1 mana left over. If you open the attacks, then we have burst speed blockers now. Nice.
Listen to me.
So I think we go like this. Alright, let's go ahead and put out our Xenotype researchers. We avoid taking quite a bit of damage there. You have Black Spear. I wonder if you had a Black Spear there. What was that? What was that, delay?
Anything else?
You need not follow, but you will witness.
Anything else?
We're gonna attack only with the Zaunite Urchin here.
Sedition.
Kind of surprised he's willing to block with the Azir since we're built over Zaun. I don't think that's actually the right block to do, just because we have potential to have a get excited there. Trump Bomb's nice.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Why he doesn't attack with that? We'll force him to use a spell here if he's got it. Okay. That's fine. We get pretty good value here. We're still avoiding a ton of aggression from this guy. And we are going to rummage these. Let's see if we can find concurrent timelines. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. Come on, give it to me. Got a big Sump Treasure. Let's just go for the Sump Treasure this next round. We've got some discard fodder here that we can use with it. Alright, so we kind of thought that he had the Black Spear. Let's see if he's got it. He was holding on to something. We've been able to withstand a lot of his aggression, which is great. I wonder if he's running the Emperor's Deus in this deck. So there's a big boy. Let's play out the Aspiring Chronomancer here.
Seen tombs, towns, and everything in between.
Man, we just aren't finding a lot of good stuff. I'll go Side
Can
Scout
always
just
rely on
because
you to keep us safe.
maybe we could have skipped there, but I'm not going to attack. If he attacks with these two, we'll put out Khahiri. May put it out anyway.
I have risen and weakened Shurima.
It's taking a long time. We refill the deck. We put this down. I think it's just too... He's too big right now, I think, not to put it down. Because we can withstand this Rune Runner. We force him to use a spell. You know?
Oh, fresh sword.
Or another unit. He gets one challenger. We still have enough to block the, his big units, though. And I think he's got a hard time attacking with the Azir.
Out of the way.
He doesn't pull anything in. He levels up Kalista.
It's not safe.
Don't touch that.
I think we go like this.
Excuse you.
Seems okay. He'll level up his Kalista, but we prevent any damage here still. He's going to be pulling Rune Runner every time. We're down to 24, which means we have a decent chance of pulling these units every round as well, the Kahiris. And the fewer units we have, the more likely as well that we're going to be able to see them in a prediction. Ooh, that's a big Vi. Let's start out with Scythe Scout. I can play this. Let's go Chump Wump, right? I think we go Chump Wump here. We're gonna pull in the Kalista.
Chase what you want without mercy.
Don't we pull in Kalista? So, big Vi.
Hit 'em where it hurts. Eat this.
I think this is more important just because he's going to be producing these Rune Runners. He's outside of... I mean, he could kill me if he's got a Grasp, but he's outside of Vengeance range. He could have Spirit Journey, I guess. Okay. And we should always keep in mind as well that he could have a Ruination. Alright, so we want to Chump One because we want card draw with the Zaunite Urchin. So we're getting discard fodder. We could have also picked up the Flame Chompers. The only problem is our board is pretty full. And we get a decent body, a blocker, and more discard with the Mushroom Clouds here. And he's running into fewer cards too, which means if we do end up putting mushrooms in the deck, he actually has a chance of pulling them. So he is in a predicament, depending on what his hand is, because he knows that if he attacks with the Ravenous Butcher, then he does not have a Fearsome blocker for this Khahiri, who all of a sudden is a pretty big boy. I'm going to pass here. I can afford to pass. He cannot. And I don't want to develop into a Ruination, like I said. So he's got 2 cards left. So he goes for the Blighted Caretaker. Very interesting. And I think we can just put out the Chump Wump now. And he's most likely going to take out Khahiri. But the problem that he has now is that I have another blocker for his Azir. So I'm going to pass. If he plays another card, then we have Xenotype Researchers. Either way, though, he has given up his ability to attack with Azir. He's drawing a lot of cards for sure, though. See what he got. Could have another Blighted Caretaker. Ruinous Path. I think that's fine. He's drawing a lot. He's looking for Kalista, I think. So we know he's got another Bark Beast in his hand. One other card as well. Only one challenger though.
This way.
And we've got decent blocks here. And we've got some card draw ourselves. So we want to keep him. We go like this,
Trouble, friend?
go like this, and like this. Actually, I think we let this one hit us, right? We don't want to let this one hit us though.
My saplings.
It's ephemeral, so it doesn't matter if it... Well, I guess he's got more health anyway, so it ends up killing him, but that's okay.
Someone help!
In Shurima's name.
The sun rock got me good. The old
So
Paradise routine.
can we get our concurrent timelines? Man,
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
I think we open attack here. Don't we? What are the chances he's got a vengeance? I think we just open attack.
Coming at ya.
We're gonna pull him down to the end.
Eat this.
We don't level up the Vi, but we take care of the Azir, so. And once again, you could have Ruination, so I don't really want to develop right now. Alright, we'll end. We can afford to end. I think he's lost. Mad Desk Red. Maybe he's laughing about a Ruination he's got. If he's got a Ruination, we develop with 2 of these cards. Decent card draw here. We've even got to predict. I'll bet you that the next card in our deck is a Concurrent Timelines, which we won't be able to play because he's now roping. And realizing that his aggressive deck did not work out too well for him. Wasn't this guy a platinum player? You don't get the platinum, you know. I say concurrent timelines. Ha! What did I say? What did I say? Anyway, you don't get the platinum roping people out. Kind of annoying.
Come on.
Come on. Okay, we should get the win here. Unfortunately, got concurrent timelines a little bit too late. We get to see, for lack of a better word, a hissy fit at the end of the game, making it a little bit less entertaining, but we got to see a different side, I think, of the deck that it's not necessarily constructed around, but also gives you a kind of view of its potential. It was still a fun game, even if I didn't get to play concurrent timelines, and hopefully you guys liked it too.